it's me, Sammy. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my channel if you're new here. I hope you're all having an amazing day, whatever it is you're doing. Welcome back to another meals I made this week video. It's my favourite series on my channel at the moment, where I share with you a few of the meals that I make throughout the week, as well as one of the desserts that I make each week as well. You guys have been absolutely loving this series, and also if you guys want to see sort of like a catalogue of all the recipes that I've done in the entire series so far, then I do have an Instagram account for meals I made this week now, so you can go and check that out and just flick through. And if you sort of want some inspiration for your dinner, or when you're doing your weekly food shop, if you want some inspiration for what meals to make, that is a great place to start. And also on the caption of each of the photos of the meals, it tells you which of these videos, number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whichever number it is, it tells you which video you can find that exact recipe and method and everything else in. So it's a super handy little catalogue of meals to look into. So yeah, definitely go follow me over there if you want to check that out, guys. And I'm also starting a new series really soon called Bake With Me, and that's where I'm going to be sharing more of my dessert ideas. So there's going to be dedicated videos just for the desserts that I make. So if you are a fan of the desserts in each of these videos, then definitely stick around for that series as well. I'm going to be showing you big bakes, like big birthday cakes, things like that, as well as dedicated videos for numerous dessert ideas. The plan is to do an Easter themed one, which I'm super excited about. So that's desserts using mini eggs, Cadbury's cream eggs, loads of different Easter ideas, which I'm super excited about. So yeah, if you are interested in those videos, then make sure you subscribe. If you do enjoy this video, then please do smash the thumbs up button as well, guys. And without further ado, let's dive in and see what I made on Monday. It's Monday evening, guys, and we're going to be making some honey glazed chicken nuggets with some egg fried rice. Super simple dinner and super quick and easy to make, and also really reasonably priced. So let's run through the ingredients for this and the overall cost. We've got a bag of 20 breaded chicken nuggets, we've got a bunch of spring onions, we've got 4 large eggs, some Chinese 5-spice, some clear honey, some sweet corn, some light soy sauce, we've got some basmati rice, a bit of vegetable oil, and some broccoli. And altogether, guys, this comes to £5.17 for a really substantial dinner that's really filling and super healthy as well, guys. So yeah, let's dive in and start the cooking. First things first, I'm going to get my rice cooker on to cook. I've put about 300 grams of rice in here and the appropriate water. You can cook your rice as to pack instructions. You can also use microwave pouch rice as well, however you guys like to cook your rice, but because I use the rice cooker and it stays warm, I can pop it on now. So I'm just going to pop my rice on to cook now, and I've heated up my oven to gas mark 7. We're now going to put our chicken nuggets on a tray, and we're just going to pop this in the oven as per the pack instructions for 18 to 20 minutes. While our chicken nuggets are cooking, I'm just going to crack our 4 eggs into this measuring jug and give that a whisk up with a fork, just like so. Now what we're going to do is slice up our spring onions, and we're going to chop up our broccoli into bite-sized florets, just like that. And now what we're going to do is we're going to heat up a tablespoon of vegetable oil into our pan and cook our eggs. And as the egg is cooking, I'm just going to keep stirring it in this frying pan to make like a scrambled type egg. So yeah, we're just going to keep mixing for like 3 to 4 minutes until the egg is cooked, just like this. And then what we're going to do is we're going to set this aside on a plate separately. And now, using some kitchen roll, I'm quickly just going to give our pan a wipe. Now that we've wiped our pan clean, we're just going to be heating up a tablespoon of vegetable oil into here now. Now what we're going to do is add our broccoli into this pan, and we're going to be frying it for about 8 minutes. I forgot how much this actually makes, so I'm just going to quickly transfer this into a bigger saucepan now. While that broccoli is just cooking away nicely and getting nice and soft and cooked over there, and we're going to make our honey glaze for our chicken nuggets. So we're going to take 3 tablespoons of honey and half a teaspoon of Chinese 5-spice and mix it in this bowl, just like that. And we're going to pop our chicken nuggets in this once they're cooked and give them all a toss about. But yeah, we're just going to wait now for the broccoli to cook for a little bit longer. And then after the 8 minutes is done, we're going to be adding in our sweet corn, just like that. And then we're just going to let this cook for 1 more minute. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add in 2 tablespoons of light soy sauce and half a teaspoon of our Chinese 5-spice. Then what we're going to do is we're going to add in our cooked egg from earlier, our spring onions, and our rice. And we're just going to give this all a good mix up together. I'm just going to make sure that's all nice and warm and tossed through, and then we're going to sort out our chicken nuggets. Our cooked chicken nuggets are now going to get tossed into our honey glaze. Now these are all tossed up in the honey glaze. It's time to serve up dinner. So this is what I've served up for the kids. This is Tyler's, Liam's, and then we've got Ava's here as well. Her rice is exactly the same, but I just didn't coat her chicken nuggets in the honey glaze. And this is my dinner, guys, and we also have some of the rice left over for another lunch this week as well, which is perfect. And yeah, guys, that is everything. This is our Monday night dinner. It's absolutely delicious. Cannot wait to dig into this, and we will catch you tomorrow for another meal. Wednesday evening now, guys, and we're going to be making a carrot and coriander soup. So let's run through the ingredients and see the total cost of this meal. So we're going to be serving our soup with some part-baked baguettes. We've got a potato, a packet of coriander. I'm going to be using just over half of this kilo of carrots, so we'll say about 600-700 grams. I'm going to be using a knob of butter, some single cream, some paprika and ground coriander, an onion and a vegetable stock pot. So all in all, guys, this dinner comes to £3.13. Super budget friendly and absolutely delicious. Let's dive in with the cooking. First step is to preheat our oven to gas mark 7, ready for the part-baked baguettes in a little while. And I've just got this very large saucepan at the ready, and we're going to be melting our butter in here in a sec. But before we do that, I'm just going to prep our veg. So we're going to be peeling and chopping our carrot and our potato into chunks, and then finally dicing our onion. Just like that. And now what we're going to do is we're going to pop a knob of butter into our large saucepan and put that on a medium heat. Then once that's all melted and heated up, we're going to add our onions to this pan, and then we're going to cook this for 4 to 5 minutes until softened. Now that our onions are softened, we're going to add our potatoes and carrots to this now. Now to this we're going to add a teaspoon of ground coriander as well as some salt and pepper, and mix this all up really well. And then now what we're going to do is add our vegetable stock pot and 1 litre of boiling water. Now it's going to give this all a good mix up now. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to cover this, put this on low and a low simmer, and this is going to cook now for about 30 minutes. While that's cooking, we're just going to pop our baguettes into the oven and cook them as per packet instructions for 10-12 minutes. And while that's simmering away and our bread is cooking, the last ingredient to prepare is the coriander. So I'm just going to roughly chop this up now. Just like that, we've got a pile of just roughly chopped coriander leaves, and that's going to be used for garnish later. And then this is a massive lot of leaves and stalks, all roughly chopped together to add to the soup in a little while. Now our baguettes are done. I've just taken them out of the oven. They're just going to rest on the side now. Now our soup has been cooking for about 35 minutes now, and we're just going to take this off of the heat now. And now to this we're going to add our pile of coriander leaves and stalks. Just like that, and we're just going to stir this in now. And now we're just going to blend this up with our hand blender. Just like that, and now this is ready to serve, guys. I've just served it up in the bowls for me and Ava, and now I'm just going to do our garnish quickly, starting with a tablespoon of single cream. Then we're going to add a sprinkling of paprika and a crack of black pepper, and then finishing it off with a couple of coriander leaves. And that is it, guys. That is mine and Ava's dinner served. We're going to enjoy this now, and also we have tons left for some lunches or a second meal this week. So yeah, this was Wednesday night's dinner, guys, and we will catch you tomorrow for another meal. It is Thursday morning now, guys, and I'm about to make us some pudding for tonight. I'm going to make us some Millionaire shortbread now. It needs loads of time to chill in the fridge and things like that, so that's why I'm making it this morning, ready for this evening. We are going to be using some light brown sugar, some plain flour, some caster sugar, the bag's split, which is why it's in this, some golden syrup, some condensed milk, some unsalted butter, and some milk chocolate and some white chocolate, and that is what we're going to be using to make our Millionaire shortbread. And let's dive into the baking, guys. First things first, we're going to preheat our oven to gas mark 4. Now into this bowl we're going to put in 115 grams of unsalted butter and 160 grams of plain flour. Now using the rubbing in method, we're going to rub this together with our fingers until it resembles breadcrumbs. Just in case you're unfamiliar with the rubbing in method, it is just a matter of rubbing the butter with the flour in between your fingers until it gets into smaller and smaller pieces, making sure that they're all coated with the flour so you don't just get butter lumps in your hands. And then eventually it will break down into breadcrumb consistency. And when it's looking like this sort of consistency, we want to add in our caster sugar. So to this now we're going to add 60 grams of caster sugar, and then we're just going to rub this into in the same way as before, just like that. And now what we want to do is tip this into our cake tin. I'm using a silicone 8-inch square. Now what we want to do is we want to press this down firmly into the cake tin, making sure that it's spread out evenly. Now that it's pressed in firmly into the tin, we're just going to start pricking it all over with a fork. Now what we're going to do is we're going to pop this in the fridge for 20 minutes until it's chilled. Now that's been chilling for 20 minutes, we're going to pop this in our preheated oven now for 30 minutes. Now this has cooked for 30 minutes now, we've just taken it out of the oven and we're just going to leave it to cool on the side in the tin while we get on with the caramel. Now for our caramel, in a saucepan I've added 100 grams of unsalted butter, 100 grams of light brown sugar, an entire 397 gram tin of condensed milk, and 2 tablespoons of golden syrup. Now what we're going to do is we're going to heat this up, stirring continuously, and then we're going to let it boil for 5 to 8 minutes, stirring continuously until it's thickened. So yeah, let's get making this caramel. Now that's done, and I've just taken that off of the heat, and now we're going to pour this onto our biscuit base. And now we're just going to let this cool on the side for 30 minutes. Now that our caramel's been cooled for 30 minutes, I've just weighed 150 grams of milk chocolate into a bowl and 50 grams of white chocolate. I'm just going to melt these now in the microwave at 10-second bursts until it's all melted. Just like that, and then we're going to pour our milk chocolate over the entirety of this, just like that, and then we're going to drizzle our white chocolate in a random design on top, just like that, and then using a skewer, we're just going to make a marble design in the top and just run that through randomly to just create a really cute marble design in the top of the chocolate. But you don't want to dig too deep with this because you don't want to mix up the caramel as well. Just like this, and now what we're going to do is we're going to chill this in the fridge for at least 2 hours until it's set, and then I will be back later on this evening when I chop it into chunks to show you the finished result. Thursday evening now, and it's time to do dinner. We're going to be doing a creamy broccoli and sausage pasta tonight, and it's super quick and easy, guys. Really basic recipe as well. Let's run through what the ingredients are and our total cost for this meal. So we're going to be using some vegetable oil, we're going to be using some milk, 1 head of broccoli, some penne pasta, thick pork sausages, and some mature white cheddar cheese. The total cost of this meal, guys, comes to £3.65. You cannot beat it. Such a budget friendly meal, guys. Let's dive in and start the cooking. First step is to preheat our oven to gas mark 7. Next step is in a roasting tin. What we're going to do is we're going to open up our packet of sausages and we're going to squeeze the sausage meat out of the sausage skins. Just like that, and then with this sausage meat that's come out of the sausage casings, we're just going to roll these into small little sausage meatballs now. Just like that, and what we're going to do now is just drizzle this with a little bit of the vegetable oil, and then we're going to just season this with salt and pepper and pop it into the oven. While the sausage meatballs are in the oven, I've got 300 grams of penne pasta and a sprinkling of salt. I'm just going to add in some boiling water now. I'm just going to cook that now for 10 to 12 minutes. And while the pasta's cooking, we're just going to prep our broccoli into small little florets. Just like that, and 5 minutes before the pasta's done, we're going to be popping this into the same pan with our pasta. I've just measured out 200 millilitres of milk, which we're going to be using later. And now I'm just going to grate around 100 grams of mature white cheddar cheese. Just like that. Right, there is 5 minutes left on the pasta now, so we're just going to add our broccoli in. Just like that, and that's going to cook for 5 more minutes. And just when there's 1 more minute left on the pasta and broccoli, I'm just going to microwave our milk for 1 minute. So that's been microwaved just to take the chill off of it. We don't want it hot, but we just want to make it so it's not cold. And this is going to turn off the heat now, and we're just going to drain this and then put it back into the pan. just like this. Now off the heat, we're gonna add our milk and about 3/4 of our grated cheese to this and give it a good stir. Now the broccoli should break down and mix with the cheese and the milk here, and it should make kind of like a thick creamy sauce, which is super tasty. And now we're gonna get our sausage meatballs out of the oven and put them in as well. Now we're gonna give all this a good mix up, and then it's gonna be ready to serve. So this is the kids' dinners. We've got Tyler's, Liam's, and we've got Ava's here as well. She's having the exact same as us. And this is my dinner, guys. I've topped them all off with the remaining grated cheese and just a crack of black pepper. Super excited to dive into this now, and we'll be back shortly to see how our Millionaire shortbreads turned out. Time for pudding. I'm gonna take this out now and cut it up. And this is our pudding, guys. We've got our Millionaire shortbread. We've got our crumbly, flaky shortbread on the bottom. We've then got our caramel sauce in the middle, and then we've got our chocolate layer on the top. Oh my gosh, these taste incredible. They look amazing, and I just cannot wait to dive into these, guys. And yeah, we will be back tomorrow for another meal. It's Friday evening, guys, and it's time for another fish finger meal. We're gonna be making a fish finger baked bean pie today, which I'm super excited to show you. We're gonna be using some omega-free fish fingers. These, we're gonna use about 12 of those. Gonna be using about 1 kilo of Maris Piper potatoes. Got a whole head of broccoli here. Got a small red onion, a tin of baked beans, and some mature white cheddar cheese. Also gonna be using a little bit of butter and a little bit of milk for our mashed potato. In total, this comes to £4.31. Let's dive in and start the cooking, guys. First step is to preheat the oven to gas mark 7. And now we're gonna peel and chop up our potatoes and pop them in the saucepan. Just like that, and then we're gonna pop some cold water into here with a little bit of salt and bring this to the boil. While the potatoes are just cooking away there, we're just gonna chop our broccoli into florets and just pop them into a saucepan. Just like that, and then we're just gonna fill this with cold water and leave it to one side until later on. And now the last veg prep that we have to do is to slice up our red onion, just like so, and then on the same chopping board, we're just gonna grate up about 100 grams of mature white cheddar cheese. There we go, we're just gonna leave that to one side, ready for when we're putting our pie together. And then we're just gonna pop our fish fingers into the oven and cook them as per the packet instructions. Now our potatoes are boiled. We're just gonna drain these off in a colander now and then put them back into the pan. Now we're just gonna mash these up with our potato masher. Now to this I've added a generous knob of butter, a glug of milk, and then some salt and pepper as well, and we're just gonna mix this all together now. And that is our creamy mashed potato finished, guys. We're just gonna leave this to one side, ready for when we prepare our pie. And that is our fish fingers done as well, and now it's time to put the pie together. On the bottom we have our layer of fish fingers. Now to this we're gonna add our tin of baked beans. Then we're gonna add about 3/4 of our cheddar cheese. Now this step is optional, but I'm now gonna layer our red onions on top of this. You can skip this if you're not a fan of onions. Now we're gonna add our mashed potato on top of this, and then we're just gonna top this with the remaining grated cheese. Now we're gonna pop this in the oven for 25 to 30 minutes, and then halfway through we're gonna put our broccoli on to boil as well. Our pie's out the oven and our broccoli's almost done. It's time to serve up. And this is the kids' dinner, so we've got Tyler's, Liam's, and we've got Ava's here as well. It's not the most attractive dinner when it's served up, but honestly it's mine and the kids, one of our favourite dinners to be fair, and we love a good fish finger hack. And this is mine, guys, and we are gonna go and enjoy this now. It's the perfect Friday night tea, and yeah, we're gonna go and enjoy this now, and we'll catch you next week for some more meals. So yeah, that is it for this meals I made this week video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. Like I said at the beginning, if you did enjoy it, please don't forget to smash the thumbs up button and subscribe down below. Leave a little comment. It really helps me out with the YouTube algorithm at the moment, and for some reason it just keeps hiding my videos and I'm not sure why. Thank you so much for your love and support on my channel as always, guys. Huge shout out to my channel members as well, who are absolutely amazing. We're going to be doing another members only live stream really soon for you guys. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I will see you really soon for another video. Take care. Bye.